questions.
Hey, Rocco, was there a point tonight where you thought you guys had this in your favor?
Yeah, I think the first snap, the first drive, I felt very confident in what the game plan was and, how the offensive line was gelling together. I think all the way till, the very last snap. And, I thought, we had a chance. We just didn't execute when we had to.
How much of a change was it just continuity-wise when you're in such a rhythm and then Dylan goes down? I'm not saying TJ's not up to the challenge, but it's just different then. I mean, did you guys feel that offensively?
TJ did a hell of a job. Kudos to him. Like, he stepped up. Freshman quarterback, doesn't really have a lot of experience underneath his belt. And, he had poise and confidence. And, he trusted, the guys up front. We trusted him. And, he did a hell of a job. We just didn't execute, up front when we had to, get those first downs to keep the chains rolling.
Rocco, a couple weeks ago, it was you in Minnesota where you got banged up and tried to get back in there to play. Dylan, the same thing tonight. What do you see from him from a toughness perspective and a willingness to want to give it a go?
Yeah, he's a tough-ass dude. The Raiola family, that speaks, presence for itself. And, I believe in him. I know he wanted to go out there, but his health right now is more important, than, the game itself.
Rocco, coach has talked about resolve with this team throughout. How excited are you to see the resolve of this team next week on the buy-in?
Yeah, we just had to go back to execution from our process and our preparation and, just really hone in on our skills and our technique to get to where we want to go. And then, when we get, the opportunity, we have to execute in those moments. That's, really just the execution part we just have to do.
Which went down to, which meant the tackles had to, get flipped. Just what is it like when you're moving pieces around to accommodate for injuries?
Yeah, Coach Raiola does a great job with that. You have to be versatile. Guys got to play different positions in practice. We were kind of ready for it. You don't want to be, but you have to be. The guys did an excellent job just communicating, having their eyes up and seeing what they're seeing. Like I said, we just didn't execute when we had to.
Anything else for Rocco?
Rocco, this was your second home game as a Husker at night. What would you make of the atmosphere?
Yeah, it was incredible. Thanks to the fans. The blackout was awesome. Wish we just could have came out back on top, for the fan base.
Okay. Thank you, Ron.
Thanks, guys.